Okay, ברשות קהל הקדוש, everybody welcome. שבעזרת השם ברכה הצלחה לעם ישראל. So we see a lot of tranquility and happiness בעזרת השם. We're going to say ברכה הצלחה our dear friend Adam, Minyan, Emmanuel, יוסף, שהקדוש ברוך הוא תשפיע לכם חול של חסד, פרנסה טובה, וגם יעקב בן אשר, קיריל בן דניאל. Baruch Hashem, we have a good news. He got engaged. Okay, we have a beautiful news that people getting engaged, getting married. Baruch Hashem. וגם תברך את ניסים שלום, שבעזרת השם חתונה בשנה הזה, שהקדוש ברוך הוא תשפיע עליו חוט של חסד וכן יהי רצון ונאמר אמן. 1000 הבדלות בין המתים לחיים, לעילוי נשמת רום הרחמים בן נלה מזל, רוח השם תנחנו בגן עדן הוא וכל השוכבים עמו בכלל רחמים והצליחות וכן יהי רצון ונאמר אמן. We continue with our halachot of halachot Pesach. Pesach is, Baruch Hashem, there's many laws, and what is the particular laws we have to do, and we have to also, whatever the shiurim I gave. And during the time before the Pesach, so we're going to download it, and by Yizrat Hashem, when people able to listen and able to spread the Torah of Hashem. אין לסדר שולחן מקלים שבת מערב פסח לצורך ליל הסדר את האכל שעבור 13 דקות וחצי אחר שקיעה. So we have a problem. What is the problem? On Shabbat, usually on Shabbat, we're not allowed to prepare from Shabbat to the Yom Tov. What does it mean? From Shabbat to Yom guys, if probably, please, from Shabbat to Yom Tov, we have to prepare from Shabbat. From Shabbat to Yom Tov, we're not allowed to prepare. So let's say we're going to eat Sudah Shlishit, which means the third meal. We are not allowed to prepare, which is clean everything out and prepare for Pesach because we're having people coming, or the Pesach is going to be given later, a little bit later on a time. So we have to leave everything on Shabbat table, but there's going to be a twilight zone. Approximately twilight zone is going to be around 7:35. From 7:35 and on, you're allowed to set up the table, but not allowed to cook, not allowed to do nothing, because it's still Shabbat. So why we're allowed to do in the twilight zone? The reason we're allowed to do in the twilight zone, it's not night and it's not day. So very important for us to prepare allowed if we have a lot of people. If we don't have a lot of people, we're able to do Motzei Shabbat, which just means once the Pesach enters, then we're allowed to clean everything and prepare everything for the Passover, which just means Pesach. Nashim Shachu, okay, we said this. So we said also a woman has to light the candle for the Yom Tov. What is it, lighting the candle? If a man does not have a woman, so a man has to light the candle for the Yom Tov. Yom Tov, which just means once the Shabbat comes out, right away we have to prepare the candle. The woman has to say Hamavdil ben Kodesh le Kodesh, or she heard the Havdalah inside the Kiddush from her husband. Then she able to light the candle for the Yom Tov. Okay? Before Shabbat is not allowed to light the candle. Once the Shabbat is finished, then you're allowed to light the candle. I had a couple of people coming in and telling me, listen, I came from work late on a Erev Shabbat, which just means on the evening of Shabbat. Shabbat is already entered. I light the candle light. This is not allowed because she's making the desecration of the Shabbat. So candle is a minhag. It's a halacha, but it's not overseas the observance of Shabbat. So make sure we're not going to desecrate Shabbat in order for us to do the mitzvah for the Yom Tov. And we have another rule, mitzvah lo osim al yedei avira. Avira lo yedei mitzvah, which just means a sin does not come with the mitzvah. Either you don't mitzvah or you don't a sin. There's no such thing. Through the sin, I'm going to make a mitzvah, or from the mitzvah, I'm going to make a sin. So it's very important to light the candle. If the woman have the custom by the lighting the candle on a Yom Tov to say Shechianu, she should continue saying Shechianu. Chacham Avadia says she should not continue Shechianu. Why? Because she's able to hear the Shechianu when her husband is doing a Kiddush on the Pesach, which just means 2 nights we have to say Shechianu, V'ki'imanu v'gi'anu la'azman hazen. What is the reasoning for Shechianu? We're saying thank you Hashem that you give us a life, that we're able to come to this day and we're able to make a mitzvot. So very important for the woman If she does not her custom to do Shechianu, not Shechianu, so she should not say Shechianu. She would hear whatever the Kiddush on her husband, with her husband in a Kiddush. Like this, she able to be hearing and to fulfill the obligation for the Shechianu. So, Kiddush Leila Seder Omer Yaknas. So we have following. Motzei Shabbat, we're going to have many mitzvot, 15 mitzvot. If you're going to count Motzi Matzah, it's going to be 16, right? 16, 1-6. So it says, and then Motzei Shabbat. So make sure on Friday, before the Shabbat enters, we're going to prepare a candle. What is the candle for? Candle for that we're able on Motzei Shabbat, which is once the Shabbat comes in Pesach, which is Yom Tov. You're allowed to ladlik me'esh me'esh, which means fire to fire. So the husband, make sure he's going to take this candle when he comes from the shul, from the Bet HaKnesset. He comes to the house, and he takes this candle, he puts this candle next to him. And he takes 2 long matches, he puts next to him. And he takes a foil, he puts next to him. What is the reasoning? We're going to tell what is the reasoning. So everybody make sure on a Leila Seder, we're all going to pour to each other, which is man to man, woman to woman. Okay? And the minimum, everybody have to drink 81 grams of wine. They could drink 85, 89, 90, 100. It has to be 4 cups. Women cannot drink wine. Let her drink grape juice. That's with the proper hashgacha that's able to fulfill. But the man has to drink the wine. If a man also, if the wine is not going, he's able to fulfill also through the grape juice. So we all have to drink to the left side. So a lot of people, they say tilt it to the left, they tilt the neck to the left. No, it has to be the body, right, the body. So the body has to be to the left side, and that's the way he has to fulfill of the obligation of 4 cups, and also arba kazaitot of matzah for 27 grams of the matzah. What is the reasoning? We're showing that Kadosh Baruch Hu, we came out from Egypt, derech chirut, which just means through the freedom. HaKadosh Baruch Hu freed us from the slavery, right? So that's the way we have to do. Make sure we're all going to pour to each other. Man, man, woman, woman. So that's the way it's been done, because for king, somebody else is serving him. So in Leil Kiddush, we're going to do Yaknas. Yain Kiddush, Ner Zman, Ner Havdalah Zman, which means on a Leila Seder, we're going to have everybody cups in our hands. So whoever is going to lead the Leila Seder, he's going to Savri Maranan, Baruch Ata Hashem Borei Prea Gefen. This is Yain. Then he's going to do Kiddush. Make sure he's going to Kiddush, which just means he's going to say, Hamavdil, Mekodesh, Lechol, Shakadosh Baruch Hu is going to take out us from Mitzrayim. So we have to say this also. Okay? So that goes for the Kiddush. Okay? Then after the Kiddush, so we have a Yain, Yaknas, Yain Kiddush, Ner, which just means, remember I said two matches, you take the 2 matches and you lit the 2 matches. So these 2 matches for the candle that we do in Havdalah inside our Kiddush. So we're going to do Baruch Ata Hashem, Borei Meorei Ha'esh. We're not allowed to extinguish. So that's why we're going to put on a foil these matches, so we would extinguish by itself, not extinguish through the... What are you doing here? With Shiva? No, with Shiva. Close the door. So Kiddush Yain Havdalah Zman, which just means we have to then, afterwards, we have to do Havdalah. Inside the Kiddush, we have the Havdalah. Then we have a Zman, which just means Shechianu V'Kihimanu V'Giyanu La'Zman Hazeh. Which just means Shechianu. We have to do Shechianu, have in mind for the matzah. We have to mind in the maror, and we have to have in mind that is everything that we have in Ed this year. So Shechianu comes on a Kiddush, Shechianu comes in a matzah, and Shechianu comes on a maror. That's what we need to fulfill the obligation. So we have Yaknash, Yain Kiddush Ner Zman Havdalah. Klomar Borei Prea Gefen Kiddush Israel Vazmanim. Mavdil ben Kodesh leKodesh v'Shechianu. So when we say in a Birkat another Birkat Hamazon, in a Havdalah, we say Hamavdil ben Kodesh leKodesh, which is sanctify from the Kodesh, from the holy to the holiness. Birkat Havdalah Omer Ve'et Yom HaShvi'i Mesheshet Yamei HaMaseh. We said it like this. ואם שכח להבדיל בקידוש נזכר קודם כרפס יבדיל מיד אחר כוס. What if a person did not do Havdalah, which is on Havdalah is going to become seder, which means first comes the yain, the wine, then it comes the kiddush, then it comes the ner, which means the candle, then Havdalah. We're doing everything inside the kiddush. So make sure we're going to have a sidur and we pay attention. A lot of times we don't pay attention, we're falling asleep. Make sure we're going to pay attention what we doing. בקידוש לילה נוהגים רומה בעמידה, וגם ברכת הבדלה אומר אתה בעמידה. ויש גם לשבת בברכה זו, אך מנהגים לומר הכל בעמידה. So some custom is to say the kiddush of the Yom Tov standing. Our custom is to stand and say the kiddush with the standing. Why do we stand in the Erev Shabbat? What is the point? We become Maaseh Bereshit. We become witness that HaKadosh Baruch Hu created this world. That's why the witnesses needs to be stand, cannot be sitting. That's why we're doing the Kiddush standing up. Why we're not doing Kiddush during the daytime standing up? Because once we became a witness, we don't need to witness again, because the Laila Vahi Erev Vahi Boker, which is the day, starts from the nighttime. So because we started from nighttime, that's why we are standing during the nighttime, not during the daytime. Daytime. Ketzad biura chametz. Now we continue with how we supposed to be biura chametz. Biura chametz, which just means nullifying the chametz, or biura chametz, which just means we need to throw the chametz. If somebody does not have some reason, he does not throw his vodka, liquors, and liquors made from grain. If liquors are made from grain, it's chametz. Chametz, which just means it's not allowed to drink, right? What about seltzer? What's wrong with seltzer? Seltzer water become from the gas that they put inside. They have a gas that made. So how you going to have Pepsi or you're going to have a Coke, right? They have a gas inside. That's why those gases made during a Pesach. Ashkenazim not allowed even tiras, which just means is not allowed to have even corn. So those gases made from corn. Most of the gases also made, a lot of gases made from that in order for you to have from the grain. So because you say, what's wrong with the water? There's no chametz, I don't see it. But the grain that they use inside the gas, that makes the not kosher. So make sure we're going to have everything. What about regular water? Regular water, it's no problem. But the seltzer water, we cannot have. We only have something with the good ashgacha, which just means that stamp that it says. Then we say the rebuttal. Oh, Rabbi, it's all money. They just, the same bottle, they just put a stamp. So it's all money, you're going to buy this regardless, whether it's before Passover or after Passover. That means the ingredients change. Whoever's saying this, he does not know what is he talking about. So a person is make sure he's going to sell all his chametz, which is whatever the chametz he has, make sure he's going to sell it. Okay? Sell it, close it in the closet, put a chametz on it. Say it again? Or you could burn it, correct. Or you could burn it on Friday morning. Our custom is, usually you could throw it out, but our custom is to burn it. That's why we need to break it down to little pieces. We should not bring to the shul the whole bags of bread. You have a whole bags, throw it in the garbage. Don't bring it. The shul is not your garbage place. Just whatever the 10 pieces that you have, or whatever small, just burn it and that's it. Do not burn it, the whole thing, bring to the house and you say, right here, I'm giving it to the rabbi. Rabbi have the same obligation as you to what? To burn the chametz, okay? So each one of us, make sure we're going to do properly. Asur shilatchil malacha b'magia zman srifa ad sheyisrof et hachametz. Time came in to burn the chametz. So on Friday, because on Saturday night is going to be Pesach, on Saturday night. So we have time to burn it all day long. So we usually burn it like we burn it every day in the morning, after we finish in the morning, okay? We should not say the paragraph that you say, whatever the chametz that I have, I saw that did not say it, you should not say this paragraph. Why? Because you're going to continue eating the bread, and you're allowed to continue eating bread. Usually, it will be deadline. If it will be Friday and Saturday night, Friday night is going to be Pesach. Usually the deadline is supposed to be 10:30 in the morning. But it's going to be in a Saturday, it's going to be around 10:30 to 11:15 in the morning. It's going to be a deadline. So that's why on Saturday morning. So on Friday, we need to burn the chametz, and whatever over there it says, a lot of people say, we say bracha. It's not a bracha. It's a bitul, nullification. What is the nullification? For the chametz. קודם זמן האיחול להשליחו בחצר במקום עופות מוציאים, מצא אחר זמן איסור שלא אכלו עופות, אף על פי מקום אינו משתמל, לא ישרנו, אלא יברנו. So a person throws the chametz to the birds. Once he throws to the birds, and it's still in the backyard. Says, make sure you're going to get rid of everything from your backyard and front yards. Continue. המוציא חמץ ברשות רבי בפסח אסור להגביהו. So we have it says in the Masechet Gittin, if I'm not mistaken, in page 70, Amud Bet, it says over there that we're not allowed to, it's also nifsak in Shulchan Aruch, we're not allowed to throw food. So some custom people walk on the street and they say they find bread, they kiss it. Some people, I don't know why they do that, and they put it on the side. Or they just take it and put it on the side. Okay? That's the custom, some customs. So make sure we're going to we're going to see chametz on the street, make sure we're not going to pick up that chametz, that bread, that candy, or whatever it is, okay? Make sure that we're not going to pick it up. Why? Maybe when you're going to pick it up, we're going to eat it. But I'm not going to eat it. You know why? Because a person is not separating himself through the whole year to separate himself from chametz. So he's going to forget, and he's going to eat chas v'shalom. קודם זמן איסור, אפילו מצה, אחר זמן איסור, אין צריך בו אל דין. מחמיר בעדו לבערו, תרבו עליו ברכה. A person should, whatever the chametz he has, the best way is get rid of it right now. Whatever the grain that you have, the flour that you have, everything try to eat right now in order for you not to come to the selling of the chametz. תערובת chametz. So we said it, כל משהו בחמץ ברשות פסח ביטול מצווה עשה שנאמר תשבות וסעור מזבחכם. So he says anything that in a chametz is in the developments of the person, he says tashbitu seor mibetachem. We need to give rid of everything in our developments, which is our living. V'aval lo ta'aseh, and he's gonna do mitzvah lo ta'aseh. What is the mitzvah lo ta'aseh? Lo yirachab lecha chametz. You should not see chametz. Leficha kansu chachamim romru chametz shel Israel av Pesach asur bana'ah. What if a person does not sell his chametz? Are you allowed to have any benefit from that chametz? No. So if a person, he says, Chachamim says, if the Pesach right now passed and he did not sell his chametz, you could not have any pleasure. What does it mean, pleasure? Pleasure means also selling it or to have any benefit of it. This is not allowed for him and for the rest of the people that around him. Even he does not know this, the chametz does not pass, he did not sell it. So we have a big rebuttal of it, okay? You could put it in a hallway, sir. Just take it out, put it in a hallway. Okay? Outside, over there, hallway. Okay? שזה חמץ עבר פסח, והעדה חייב להודיעם להפרישה להצילם מכשול שלא יאכלו ממנו. So a person has a grocery store. If he does not sell chametz, we're not allowed to go to his store. Because if we go, we're desecrating what the Chachamim said. We're not doing what the Chachamim tell us the law. So make sure that they're going to sell the chametz. So the same thing as the people that is selling the chametz, make sure the store owner is selling the chametz. Okay? They give a certificate that they sold the chametz. גם מי שבדק חמץ ב-14 בניסן כדת, ביטלו בהם כל חמירה דקה ברשותה חזיתה דלא חזיתה. אסור מדברי סופרים להישאר חמץ בהם ברשותו בימי פסח. אפילו חמץ אסור להישאר ברשותו. What if we don't know this is chametz, not chametz? We still should not have in our developments. This is the chametz in our position. יש מגדולי פוסקים סוברים מוצאים מרשות לגמרי. מותר לאכול בשבת, כבר פשט, מנהג סמוך על מכירת חמץ עושים בערב פסח, אין להרהר אחר המנהג. So he says we already have a custom to sell the chametz. Once we're going to sell the chametz, make sure this is the custom is to sell. So what if I have somebody Gentile and I want to sell him the chametz? Am I allowed to do it, or it has to be a rabbi is doing it? Rabbi, halachically authority, needs to know how to properly sell it. A lot of people would not know how to sell it. So same thing, he says vessels. Do we sell the vessels that whatever the chametz? The vessels we don't sell because the vessel is not chametz, it just absorbs the chametz. So we have to put it in a closet and we have to close it and we have to write in it chametz. But if a person writes on it and he sells with the chametz, now we have a problem whether he's going to take these dishes, now it belongs to the goy, even though it's in my house, it's still, he has a problem. So he says, if these vessels that he put it, and it was for the chametz, okay? And he sold it to the Gentile, to the goy. Now, because he sold it, whatever we buy from Gentile, the glass or the metal, we need to take it to the mikvah. Anything that I have in my possession, glass or metal, and I put it in a closet, and I sold it with the chametz with it, so that chametz becomes, that plate, I need to take the dishes also to the mikvah. So a person has to be careful with that. So it says following. So make sure tefillah bli baracha. If he sold it to the goy, the plates that we said, plates, or he sold something metal or something glass, he needs to put the dishes or whatever the glass that he has, the cups, he needs to go deep in the mikvah without the blessing. What if a person wants to sell everything in his store with many dishes inside? So he needs to have a rabbinical authority to give him the how to properly sell it. אין לקנות שום דרך שיש חמץ לאחר פחד במאכל משקה, כמו בירה, אלא מעבלי מכולת. So it says a person wants to go get a beer. Beer is a chametz, by the way. So the store owner is Jewish. We're not allowed to go to that Jewish store because he did not sell his chametz. And whoever does not sell his chametz, he could not have pleasure. And what kind of pleasure? Pleasure over here talking about selling it and have money with it. So that's considered pleasure. So he does not keep mitzvot, אבל אסור לקנות מיהודי לא דתי, שאין שומר מצוות, לשייכו פולו מקור חמצו לגוי על ידי רבנות במקומות, קודם פסח, כמנהג. אפילו הוא אומר שמחר חמצו קודם, לסמוך על דיבורו. What if he says, no, Rabbi, I sold it. I sold my chametz. You walk into the store, I was sold. Where's the certificate? If he does not have certificate, a lot of us says, oh, they have a certificate. It says in Hebrew, that means it's kosher. So a lot of Reform rabbis in Israel and here, they give the certificate also for not kosher places. Okay? So you have a Marta bakery over here, you have a Hungarian bakery here, you have a Sticks over here. They're not kosher stores. Even though over there says kosher, tablet with the 10 Commandments, that it's not ashkacha, we don't rely on it. We don't rely, have nothing to do, has everything to do with the Reform. We don't rely on it. So why not? Why not make a peace? Yes, Emmanuel?
But it says they have VHQ.
VHQ is something else. VHQ is not Reform. Old. And where? Where? Where?
In those restaurants.
Which one?
Chosen Gordon.
No, we're talking about Sticks over here. Or Martha's Bakery. Okay? We're not talking about the Chosen Garden. We're talking about those ones. So those ones you cannot have. You cannot go and eat. So the guy says, no, Rabbi, I sold it. We need to see the certificate that you sold it. We don't believe what is he saying. Okay? Why we don't believe? Because the product he wants to sell, he doesn't care. Okay? So usually when they sell chametz, they have to put in contract, this is the day that he put the chametz, and this is the year that he sold the chametz. So everything have to be documentary, which is in the documents. באופן אמצעי, שהרי יש מחלוקת פוסקים. צריך למכור חמץ באמצע רבנות במקום דומה, מה שעבר מחר חמץ לגוי באופן פרטי, כגון בקניית כסף ודומה, חמץ נסרה בנאה, כדין חמץ ערב פסח, אלא כמכירה ספק רבנן לכולה. So a person went and he did not listen. He did a transaction between him and Gentile, between him and Goy himself. He took the chametz and he sold it. Let's say he has a friend, his name is Frank. He says, this is for you, Frank. I'm selling it. This is the money you're giving to me. Because we have a safek which is doubt, and a doubt, safek de Rabbanan. So like this, whatever he did, after the Pesach passed by, you're allowed to have benefit from that food that he sold through the goy. Okay, but the best way is to sell through the chachamim. Chachamim, which just means the beddin, the judges, through the beddin, they're able to sell the chametz. So somebody is not able to sell chametz. A person, older person, he calls him and he says, hello, Emmanuel, sell my chametz. You allowed to be for him shaliach, which just means messenger. He's allowed to make you a messenger, and he says, go sell my chametz, and you're able to sell the chametz. And through selling chametz, and like this, we also would not have chametz in his house, and everything would be hidden. So you're allowed to make somebody appointed a messenger to sell his chametz. מי שמכר את חמץ, אוקיי, בפרד מקום שחמץ נמצא, ואחר פסח נברר שהוא בקבוק ויסקי, שתוך ארון, שלא ידע את קימו, בדיעבד אין ויסקי נאסר כדין חמץ שעליו פסח. So, let's say he sold the chametz, he put it in a closet, okay? Then he realized there's another closet, he has a whiskey, and that whiskey is a chametz. What should I do with this whiskey? He did not sell it, or he did sell it, so he put it. So make sure, he says that whiskey you're allowed to drink. Why you're allowed to drink? Because mistabra, you had in your mind to have everything in your house that is a chametz that you want to sell. So be careful with also how to sell your chametz. Detail it, everything, so you would not come in a position that the chametz is going to be in your position. מי שמכר חמץ, בפרט את מקום שחמץ נמצא בו, ואחר פסח נתברר. סד, תושבי ארץ ישראל שחם בארצות הברית, לפני ערב פסח, ביקש מהרב מקומי למכור את חמיץ גוי. הרב מוכר את בערב פסח לפני זמן אסור שם. לפני שעת ארץ ישראל, זה בשעת אחר צהריים. So it says, the guy calls, he has a house in America, or apartment, and he lives in Eretz Israel, which just means in Israel. In Israel, you're not allowed already eat chametz. But in America, you're still allowed, because the timing is different. There's a 7-8 hour difference. So he calls over here in America and he says, dear my rabbi, my apartment like this, sell all my chametz. He's allowed to do that? Yes, he's allowed to do that. And he's allowed to sell his chametz. Through selling the chametz, even though he's in Eretz Israel, he's in Israel, and he's able to have the messenger as a rabbi over here, and he's able to sell the chametz. שליח מנעד רמות מקום לערוך את מחירה חמץ. רשאי למסור שמות מוכרים רבנות אמצעי טלפון, ואין צריך להביא אותו רבנות למסור את שמות. So can I sell the chametz through the phone? So through the phone you're allowed to sell chametz. Also others. Let's say you have people that will fill up the applications online. Make sure you're going to sell the chametz before it becomes isur. Isur, which just means forbidden, and you're not allowed to sell the chametz no more. So people realize, why I'm telling you this, people realize last moments, and it's already done, and they sell. Take care of it, all the problems right now, so would not enter to the safek, doubts. בעל החנות מוקלה רוצה לקנות קודם פסח כמות גדול, שהיא טריות ועוגות יבשות, משקיע בירה, כדי שמגמיית פסח, מוכרת 5 קונה רבנות, לכתחילה אין ראוי לעשות כן. So the guy wants to be smart aleck. So he says, everybody is selling chametz. What I'm going to do, I'm going to buy tons of beer, tons of spaghettis. Once I'm going to buy tons of spaghetti, I'll buy everything. After the Pesach pass, I'm going to sell everything to the people. I'm the first one who's going to be the seller. Says the best way a person should not do like this. Should not have stock up before the Pesach. Then after the Pesach is finished, Passover, he says, I'm selling chametz anyways. And I'm going to sell it. So he says the best way should not happen like this. He should not stock up, because through stocking up, he's able to so-called finding loopholes to find and to sell. ישראל שאל לו לווה כיכר חמץ קודם פסח, צריך להברק כבר אחר פסח, ואין זה חמץ שעבר פסח, כגון שאכל ואינו בעין. דיני הגלת כלים. So now we're talking about how to kosher the vessels. A lot of you is on the phone, thank you very much, but when it comes to Pesach, you're asking me 1,000 questions without knowing what's flying. Very important, on a Pesach, make sure we're going to kosher the vessels. How can I kosher the vessel? How can I kosher the refrigerator? That's not refrigerator, we have to wash it. Dishwasher, we have to run it once, okay, with the hot water, make sure it's clean, and every way is clean. That is going to be done. What about plates? How can I kosher plates? If it's a clay plates made from porcelain or from the clay, there's no kosher it. You put it on the side, you take out the different dishes, or you buy a different dishes, or you buy a plastic, you cannot kosher it. The only thing you're able to kosher it is a glass. Glass does not need to be kosher. So the glass, we're allowed to, with Faradim, we're allowed to use a glass on Pesach. Glass cups, glass plates, we're allowed to use a glass. Plastic, how can I kosher plastic? All I have to do is wash it one time with the hot water. That's good. Wood, make sure the woods are not in a crack. Wood's cracked, it's a problem because maybe you're going to have a chametz inside. So put it on the side, get a brand new wood. If it's no cracks, flat wood, you're allowed to kosher it, just spill it water, on it hot water, you're good to go. What about spoon forks? How can I able to kosher it? Spoon and forks, I able to kosher it, wash it, it's already washed. You take a urn from the gas, you spill it with the hot water, it's kosher for Passover. How can I make a pots? How can I make it kosher? The pots, it's another subject. We have to take the big pot, brand new, fill up with water, okay, and put the pot inside the hot water. The water has to be boiled. The hot, like this, the pot will be kosher. Barbecue sticks, how can I make them from metal? How can I make it kosher? The only way it's kosher it is put it through the fire, and fire has to be so hot, and like this, coil it, and then that's how we're able to kosher the sticks of the barbecue. What about the mangal that we're doing the barbecue on, right? How are you supposed to be kosher it? You clean it very well, then you spill gas, and that through that fire observes it, and everything becomes destroyed. So make sure that's the way we gonna kosher it. What about koshering ovens? Can I kosher ovens? Oven, we're allowed to kosher it. All we have to do, most of our ovens have a self-cleaning. So we put on a self-cleaning. If our oven does not have a self-cleaning, we have to clean it once. We have to run it for 1 hour to 400, okay, 400 degrees. Then we leave it for 24 hours on. For 24 hours should not be working. So that goes for the oven. What about toasters, the bread? You cannot kosher it. What about the urn that is electrical, like we have it over here? Electrical urn, all we have to do is wash it, and that's it. We good to go. We don't need to. That's considered kosher it. What about plata? Plata that we put bread sometimes, right? We put food. We have to clean it very well. We tilt it to the side. We take from the urn hot water. We spill it tilt it to the side. We're going to spill the hot water, and that's the way the plata becomes kosher. What about tables? Kosher it or not kosher it? So the best way, you take the table, you take it to mikveh, you dump it, and you take it out. Yeah, I just wanted to get your attention. No, that was a joke. Okay? Oh, you have to wash it, and you have to wrap it with the tablecloth. Tablecloth, it has to be kosher for Passover, or it has to be for we have to get a brand new. As long as we wash the tablecloth also is no problem, is use it for Passover, okay? Say it again. Or you could get it what you want, but you're allowed to use it as long as you launder it, okay? You're allowed to use it as long as you launder it. Especially somebody have a lot of kids, and Baruch Hashem, Hashem bless them. So make sure he's going to check the pockets of the kids. That's out of the topic. Okay? So we talked about how to kosher everything. How can I kosher a sink? A sink, the best way, clean it one time. On the top of the gas, you have an urn. To that urn, you spill the water. Like this, you're able to kosher it. One time, one of my dear friends, he became rabbi of the community, and he's a plumber. He has a plumbing company. Somebody called him before Passover, says, "Excuse me, Mr. Plumber." He's a building developer, this guy. Says, "I want you to take apart my whole plumbing system inside, under the sink, and that's the way I want to kosher my kitchen." He says, "I'm sorry, this type of job, crazy job, I don't do it." So some people going and taking the apart, which is the bottom elbow, it's called in English. They take that apart of elbow, and that's how they clean the chametz. And he says, maybe the chametz is over there. So very important, that chametz is not necessary. How come in the stores they sell, look how strong the Yetzer Hara works. When we have a car payments or insurance payments every month goes out, we don't even complain. We don't even say it has to be done. But when it comes to mitzvah, oh, how come they're making money on this? They're making money on this. He's not saying, how come that I give you $1, through $1, through 10 people go, I have to pay, 10 people have to pay taxes. Nobody complaining about that. But when it comes to the mitzvot, all of a sudden all the complaint comes about, right? It doesn't make sense. So, same thing it goes for the sinks. They sell cover for the sinks. Is it good to buy it? Buy it. If it's preferable, yeah, it's preferable. What about baby bottles? Baby bottles, plastic, all we have to do is wash it very well and use it. What the baby could use? There's a lot of questions all the time, every year. The baby materna, can they use or cannot? It has to be kosher for Passover. If the baby allergic, we have to put that materna separate, and we have to feed the baby, because in a gather it becomes pikuach nefesh. Pikuach nefesh, which just means is in a dangerous position that he has no food, just that he's allowed to eat on Passover. That's formula. But the best formula, we have to already prepare the formula that has to be kosher for Passover. So make sure we're going to have a formula that is kosher for Passover for the kids. Toothpastes, toothbrushes. What do we have to do? Toothpaste allowed to use, okay? I found a beautiful toothpaste and I'll be using this for, I download this app, is giving me how many percentage is the food that we're eating. It's called Yuka, Y-U-K-A. So you scan it and you see what is the, so you're gonna say it's marketing app, right? We have a beautiful brain, right? You're the only one who's thinking like this. Okay, this app, the people pay them, so they're the one who promote the products. But other products, they don't promote because they're not getting paid. So that's the rating, that's the way they're rating and getting, right? That's what you guys thinking in your brains. Okay, I checked it, and a product that you're gonna say it's in your brain again. So the product that I buy, toothbrushes, I actually able to eat those toothbrushes. They're made from fruits. Right. It's different. You don't have a nauseous, especially in a fasting. It's beautiful. Okay? That's a toothpaste. Toothpaste we're allowed to use as long as the dog is not allowed to eat. But that toothpaste, dog is gonna eat because it's made from fruits. From that, we have to check what is the status of that. But toothpaste has to be necessarily kosher. What about the dishwasher? Kosher? It's better to get the sell in the store the same price almost. Okay? You by the way getting it anyways. Dishwasher, we said it. Okay, toothpaste, we said it. Shampoo for the head. Can I get kosher for Passover? You're not eating it. So it's no problem to have a shampoo that is not kosher for Passover. Toothpaste, toothbrush. After we finish eating chametz, make sure we brush our teeth, and we're gonna tote this toothbrush, and we're gonna have a brand new toothbrush in our house for us, for the kids. Dentistry, which means the teeth that is fake, right? What are you supposed to be doing? Change it, throw it. What are you supposed to be doing? Expensive, huh? Boil it is gonna go sour, right, Mr. Yosef? So no, the best way is just, if it's gonna go bad, all you have to do from first vessel, just spill the hot water on it. If it's gonna go bad, then from second vessel. So all you have to do is wash it very well, and that's good enough. Again, toothbrush, we said, we make sure that once we're going to eat the chametz, after we finish, we need to throw the toothbrush out. The problem we're having, people eat, I don't know if guys eat over here, schnitzel. So we do schnitzel, or sometimes we do French fries. Some ladies, they put the French fries and the schnitzel on top of the napkin, and that napkin to absorb the oil. And through the oil, then the kids are eating, or themselves is eating. What's the problem with the napkin? Napkin is problem because the napkin made from the chametz. So what kind of chametz it made? So it observes the chametz. So it gives the chametz in the napkin. What a big deal. The napkin, the wood, not supposed to be. So what they do, it's the process that the napkin becomes soft or the napkin becomes flexible. There's the chemicals that they use that could be a chametz. So a person has to be careful on Passover, should not do such a thing. So which is means schnitzel, they want to take the oil out, make sure that they're not going to use these type of napkins. Napkins is allowed to use, does not necessarily has to be kosher for Passover. Products, make sure we're going to be careful with the products for the kosher for Passover. A lot of times we see things, it says in Hebrew, or it says kosher for double, triple checked it. People misplace it, people will take it, people said, here I bought a cake. I don't know if I told you the story, maybe the story need to be repeated. We're sitting, Sudash Lishit, which is, no, I was giving shiur, it was on Saturday, and the guy takes out the cake, and he says, this is Rabbi cake, and it's a cake for Passover. I look at the cake, I said, this is not cake for Passover. He says, Rabbi, you don't know what are you saying? And I said, I do know what are you saying. You bought it for half a price. How do I know? There's a double sticker over there. So go look at it. And he saw that it's cheap, so he grabbed it, and he brought it. It's a chametz. It's a chametz. He bought the cake, they sold it for half a price. I know where the store that he bought it. And I told him, just take it right now, and just go throw it out. Okay? So it happens. And it happens in religious, non-religious, okay? We have to be careful. I know another story, they did a Brit Milah on Pesach, they brought cookies, the cookies was not kosher for Passover. Okay, religious family. We have to be careful. We have to look, we have to make sure we have to pay attention. The problem is we're thinking everything we have, we don't pay attention. Make sure we pay attention to products, because Baruch Hashem, the more we're getting closer to Mashiach, the more products are become more accessible. Today I saw in the shelves donuts they're selling for Passover. So imagine donuts selling for Passover. So I saw donuts selling for Passover. Is it possible? Yeah. So everything is chemicals. All these donuts, everything is full of chemicals. So make sure we're going to check the products. We're not going to be like Tamim, oh, it says in Hebrew, it says section for Passover. Even it says section for Passover, I also double and triple check so we not have people coming in the chametz and Pesach. Same thing, a person goes to people's houses. He has to be careful. Oh, the first thing it becomes, oh, you don't trust me. Oh, you don't believe me. It's not about trusting you. It's just you don't pay attention. It's not about me trusting you or not trusting you. We just don't pay attention. We come to the generation, we just don't pay attention. And then we say, you don't trust me. No, it's not about trusting. It's about checking in the chametz. Okay? When people go to hotels or restaurants, there's another topic, going to hotels and going to the restaurants. In the house, we have to be more stricter. Imagine in a restaurant, what is happening? It's everything become fast. Thank you for listening. Shu Hashem give us Baracha, Tzlacha, Briyut, Arbe Disyad Dishmaya. Thank you for coming. שבעזרת השם שהוא ישיא ביאת המשיח במהרה בימינו וכן יהי רצון ונאמר אמן. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you for coming. Tomorrow Psalm